So this is an absolutely delicious top crusted pie. These are the ingredients. So we're first going to take our chicken breast and we're simply going to cut it into cubes that look like this. So next we're going to get our capsicums and we're going to dice those up so that they look like this. Then we're going to put our oil into the fry pan and heat that up. We're going to add our chicken. Now I don't stir the chicken for at least 4 or 5 minutes and let the bottom sear so that when you stir it, it looks like this. Then I'm going to add the vegetables and I'm going to stir those up until the vegetables start to soften, and then I'm just going to turn it down while we do our ham. So now we're going to get our 2 slices of ham, thin slices, ham of the bone, and we're just going to simply put them into very fine shreds like this. And then we're going to add these to the pan. And we're going to stir all these ingredients through until the chicken is completely cooked all around. As you can see, it's white all around. We're just going to keep stirring it through in the pan until we get that. And you can see the heat coming off of that. So at this point, we're going to add our chicken stock. Give that a stir around. And we're just going to leave the chicken stock there just to simmer for a couple of minutes because it will reduce. So we'll pop the lid on and we'll just leave it for 2 or 3 minutes so that it can reduce. Now if you've got a thick puff pastry, you can just use 1 slice, but mine's quite thin, so I'm going to use 2. I'm going to get 2 sheets of puff pastry and I'm going to get my dish that I'm going to put it in, and I'm simply going to cut around the top of the dish on both pieces like this. And then I'm left with 2 circles like this. And I'm simply going to batter one of the circles. And then I'm going to put the other one over the top like this. So as you can see, I've just placed that over the top of the other one. And now I'm simply going to get a fork and seal those edges and just put some fork holes right through that circle so that it looks like this. Now I'm simply going to get a pastry brush and I'm just going to have 1 beaten egg, and I'm simply going to brush that all over the top of the crust like this. So we're going to blind bake this crust. I'm going to pop it in the oven tray, in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, 180, until it's all puffed up and cooked right through. So while that's cooking, we're going to go back to our dish. We're going to pop the cream in now, after that's been simmering and reducing. We're going to move that around the pan like this. Turn your heat back up. Give it a good stir around. And then we're going to add our cream cheese with spring onion and herb. Now this is what makes this meal absolutely delicious. It gives it a lot of flavour. If you can't find the cream cheese, then you could always add some spring onions and herb to a normal cream cheese. And then we're just going to mix that around in the pan and let that all melt down so that it looks like this. And then I've just added the thickener, which is the cornstarch and the chicken stock mixed together. So you just mix the teaspoon of cornstarch with your little bit of chicken stock, 30 mils of chicken stock, add it to it, and you can see it thicken straight away. It starts to bubble. You add your frozen green beans at this point. We're going to mix them through like this. Absolutely delicious pie, this one. So that's really all there is to it. So now we're simply going to plate this up into our pie tray. We're going to get our baked puff pastry top. And we're simply going to pop that on top of the pie. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And then we're just going to cut it up so that you can see the insides. Look at that, absolutely delicious. And we're just going to look at the inside of the pie. This flavour is to die for. It really is a fantastic pie. So I hope you enjoy it.